Are you ready?
It's time for the 45th annual Pete Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic Championship game between the Carbondale area Chargers and the Mid-Valley Spartans. With Glenn Muskowski and Nick Homick, I'm Steve Young. Great to have you with us tonight here in Carbondale. We have a packed house for this championship basketball game as the Mid-Valley Spartans will be shooting for their 5th consecutive Pete Turonis title. They won their first title back in 1981, and they have won their last 4. It started in 2012. Last year they won it. They go after their 5th tonight against the Carbondale area Chargers.
Well, Steve, they've had some great players coming through their system in the last 5 years, and Mike Abda has been phenomenal with these kids from Mid-Valley. He's done a great job. All he does is win down there, and they come up here. They prepare here. They do a nice job, both offensively and defensively. They've gone pretty far in the state playoffs at the end of the season. So yeah, they're on a roll, and they are playing very, very good basketball again this year.
Well, when you take a look at them defensively, Glenn, they're a basketball team that is right in your face. When you're bringing the ball across midcourt, boy, Noah Tanner and Galinsky and Aaron Poland, they are really great in defense, and offensively, Noah Tanner could put on a show. He's a 5'8" senior point guard, averaging almost 12 a ball game. It is really great to watch him play the point guard position.
He is a slasher. He can beat you off of one dribble, split the defense, and then if you come and rotate over, he's going to hit the open man very, very easily. If it were me playing Carbondale, I would pressure them full court. They seem to have a tough time getting open shots and getting their shots as ball handlers. All right, and they make they commit a lot of turnovers. If I were playing Mid-Valley, I would play them, and I would play Carbondale man to man. If I were playing Mid-Valley, I'd play them as zone. I'd know where Kalinowski is at all times. I'd only be one step away from him, and I would play off of Tanner. I would make him shoot from the outside.
Well, the Mid-Valley Spartans at 5-1 overall got off to a great start, winning 3 in a row over Montrose by 19. They beat Valley View by 21 points. They knocked off North Pocono by 31, and then Mid-Valley was upended by Wilkes-Barre Myers in a 20-point loss, 58-38, and they have won their last 2 ball games against West Scranton, 52-46, and against Valley View, 59-32. Carbondale area Chargers, well, they got off to a good start. They won their first 2 ball games. They took 2 in the Red Wallace tournament. They beat Elk Lake, and then in the Jerry Finan tournament, they defeated Forest City, but they were hammered by West Scranton 65-33. They lost to Wyoming area 45-37, and were defeated by 10 by Valley View 54-44. And then they had the big comeback win in the Pete Turonis semifinal game against the Lakeland Chiefs, 63-57 in overtime.
Well, yeah, those 3 games that they lost, those were 3 teams that played defense right in their face, and they turned the ball over on numerous occasions. Some were unforced, some were forced, of course, but they just weren't protecting the basketball. So what they're going to have to do against Mid-Valley, they're going to have to get the ball down the court, set up, and then be careful in the way they're passing the basketball once they get in their half-court sets.
Well, the Mid-Valley Spartans have won a total of 6 Pete Turonis tournament titles. Valley View has 18 titles. They have the most in this tournament. They won 6 in a row from 1985 to 1990. Then they turned around and won 5 in a row from 1994 to 1998. Carbondale area Chargers with 14 titles. They won their first title in the first tournament in 1972, and they won 3 in a row 3 times. in 1982, 83, and 84, in 1991, 92, and 93, and then again in 1999, 2000, and 2001. So here tonight, the Carbondale area Chargers will take on a very good Mid-Valley squad, and we'll see if they're up to the task here tonight. When you take a look at this Mid-Valley lineup, Noah Tanner, a point guard, averaging about 12 points a ball game. Brad Kalinowski is a senior forward. He's averaging almost 18 points. And R.J. Gouldsbury is a shooting forward. He is averaging almost 14 a ball game. And Aaron Polon is a guard, a 6'2" senior. He's averaging 8. So as you see, they have a lot of balance in their starting
they
five.
They do. And you know, and if you can get 4 out of your 5 players averaging close to double figures, that's a good, solid offensive team. And you know, there's nobody that you have to completely stop. But I still say the key to beating Mid-Valley is knowing where Kalinowski is and making Tanner stay off him, make him shoot from the outside, show me that he can beat me from the outside. Then I'll have to go out and play him, because once he starts penetrating against Carbondale, that could play havoc against their defense.
We will go to a timeout and return with more pregame highlights on today's 45th annual Pete Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic Championship when we return on Adams Cable High School Basketball.
Growing up, there are things that count. And at NBT Bank, what counts most to your future counts to us. That's why we offer iStrive, banking for youth and young adults. iStrive gives you a chance to grow your money skills with savings, checking, and debit products built specifically for you. So no matter what future you dream of, you can count on us to help you achieve it.
There's some cool new stuff out there. Cars that drive themselves, phones that talk to us.
There's a cafe behind you.
And now TV everywhere. That's right, lucky Adams Cable Service customer. Now you can watch channels from your TV package just about anywhere on just about any device. Catch your favorites in the waiting room, coffee shop, break room, the airport, wherever. TV everywhere. It's a cool extra service for no extra cost. Visit adamscable.com and sign up today.
Now back to the gym for more Adams Cable High School basketball.
We are in Carbondale for the championship of the 45th annual Pete Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic, and it's great to have you with us tonight here on Adams Cable High School Basketball. And now we'll take a look at your starting lineups for tonight's ball game. For the Spartans of Mid-Valley, at point guard, Noah Tanner. He's a 5'8" senior, averaging almost 12 a ball game and a 70% free throw shooter. Also at guard, J.J. Glinski, 5'9" junior, averaging 3.5 points a ball game. Brad Kalinowski lines up at forward. He is a 5'11" senior, averaging 17.5 points a ball game. R.J. Gouldsbury lines up at forward, a 6' senior, averaging 13.5 points a ball game. And Aaron Polon is at guard, a 6'2" senior, averaging a solid 8 points a ball game. Look for James Urso, a 5'10" senior forward, and Colin Hazelton, a 5'8" sophomore guard, and Brendan Davies, a 5'10" senior guard, to see action in a reserve role. Once again, your starting five for the Carbondale area Chargers. At guard, the 5'7" junior, Bailey Rumford. At forward, the 5'10" sophomore, Pat Durkin, averaging 6 a ball game. Evan Deary lines up at guard for the Carbondale area Chargers, 5'11" senior, averaging just about 10 points a ball game. Giovanni Mustica lines up at center, a 6'5" senior, averaging 9.5 points a ball game. And Bob Solitsky at guard, a 5'11" junior, averaging 6.5 points a ball game. James Henderson, a senior guard. Mike Cesara, a sophomore guard. Andrew Monarchuk, a 5'11" junior, and Anthony Bucklaw are all expected to see action here tonight in a reserve role for the Carbondale area Chargers. Those are your starting lineups for tonight's 45th annual Pete Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic Championship. And now to honor America here in Carbondale, our national anthem. time for basketball here in Carbondale. Steve Young, Glenn Muskowski, Nick Holmick working camera tonight for Carbondale area and Mid-Valley, as the Mid-Valley Spartans are shooting for their 5th consecutive Pete Turonis championship.
Yeah, and it's again, Steve, it's a nice crowd. The gym is buzzing, and what a way to finish the holiday season off, or in between.
I'm not finished.
Yeah, well, hey, well, we know about that. But finish off Christmas and go into the new year, and hey, basketball is alive and kicking.
Giovanni Mustica and Aaron Polon at the center court circle for the opening tip, and here we go with the championship game. And the tip will be controlled by Brad Kalinowski of Mid-Valley, shooting at the basket, 2 hour left.
Here's a change. Carbondale's in the zone.
Well, you talked about that, they would have to play a zone defense. As Kalinowski gives it up, Tanner pops a 3. Misfires, and Mustica clears the boards for the Chargers.
Well, Tanner's going to have to show me he can beat me from the outside.
Salitsky almost lost the basketball. Deary battles for it. Mid-Valley comes up with it. Loose ball. Who's got it? Players battle for it. Durkin gets tied up with Tanner. Jump ball. And Carbondale will have it. Good hustle by Carbondale.
Well, again.
And Mid-Valley.
Again, a sloppy pass and basically a turnover, and that Mid-Valley had, but they were lucky to get.
Now the Carbondale area Chargers with Pat Durkin. And Deary taking control outside the three-point line. Durkin on the wing. Looks, needs help. Floats it into Mustica. He lost it. Knocked away by Mid-Valley. And Carbondale will have the basketball on the inbound.
Yep.
And it will be Deary to put the ball in play for the Chargers. Just about 1 minute gone by here in the first quarter in a scoreless ball game. They work it inside the paint. Right side, Salitsky goes to Mustica for the first 2 points of the game.
Now that was nice movement of the basketball against the good man-to-man.
And Carbondale draws first blood, leading 2-0. And this pass goes into R.J. Gouldsbury, knocked away. Mustica with good defense. Here comes Salitsky in transition. Salitsky giving it up. Durkin from downtown. Off the back iron, no good. Mustica battling for the ball. It's on the floor. And coming up with it, J.J. Glinsky for Mid-Valley. Noah Tanner, good ball handler, guarded closely by Deary. Right side, Gouldsbury and company as Mid-Valley trails 2-0. Baseline, Kalinowski with the shot and knocks it down.
Now you have to know where he is. You can't let him get by you there.
And we're tied at 2. Carbondale and Mid-Valley, and a turnover by the Chargers. Brad Kalinowski will inbound for Mid-Valley as Noah Tanner holds up 2 fingers to set the play. And from the left corner, Tanner with an open look knocks down a 3. And the Mid-Valley Spartans have a 5-2 advantage. Salitsky, crossover dribble in the paint, lost it. Tanner wants to go coast to coast, right to the basket and lays it in. And it is 7-2 Mid-Valley, and a timeout called with 5:24 to play here in the first. And Mid-Valley leading Carbondale on Adams Cable High School basketball.
Growing up, there are things that count. And at NBT Bank, what counts most to your future counts to us. That's why we offer iStrive, banking for youth and young adults. iStrive gives you a chance to grow your money skills with savings, checking, and debit products built specifically for you. So no matter what future you dream of, you can count on us to help you achieve it.
.524 to play, first quarter here in Carbondale. Spartans lead the Chargers 7-2.
And that 3 minutes gone, and Carbondale has 4 turnovers already. You're putting the ball on the floor too much. Pass the ball. Move. Pass and move. Pass and pick.
Well, Landon Gabriel took a timeout to talk things over. Ball knocked away, and Mid-Valley will inbound the basketball.
Nope.
Now let's check this. Carbondale will have it. As Deary will inbound along the baseline. Pass goes to Rumford. He'll launch a 3, short. Ball is loose. Kalinowski has it on the fast break. No-look pass, and Mid-Valley scores as Glinsky gets credit for the basket, and Mid-Valley is out to a 9-2 advantage. Now Mid-Valley with that good defense. And now Rumford gives it up to Deary. Into Mustika for an easy basket. That's what they have to do, Glenn. Pound that ball inside.
But be patient, right? You don't leave the ball out there where they could be picked or thrown away.
9-4 Mid-Valley. Tanner over to Poland, and he misses. In transition, Deary will flip it to Selitsky. Carbondale in its half-court offense. Posting up is Mustika. He wants that basketball. He's got to get that hand up, though, Glenn. There it is. Yeah. And there they go into Mustika. Knocked away. Here comes Mid-Valley with a 9-4 advantage on the fast break. Gouldsbury scores.
Got to get back. Have to get back. They will run you to death.
11-4, the Spartans. Now the Chargers go to work with Rumford, setting it up. From the right side, Deary with an open look nails a 3. Carbondale now trails by 4, 11-7. Noah Tanner, the 5'8" senior point guard, sets it up. From the corner, Kalinowski with a baseline pass, picked off by Carbondale. Deary has it, thought about a 3, goes cross court. Durkin will pop it. Yes. Carbondale trails by 1, 11-10. Here in this 45th annual Pete Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic Championship. Nearing 3 to play here in the first quarter. Cross-court pass. Kalinowski thought about a 3. He'll drive. In traffic, draws the foul. Brad Kalinowski will go to the free throw line, where he is an 88% free throw shooter. Against Valley View in the semifinal, had 16 points and converts on the free throw to give Mid-Valley a 2-point lead, 12-10. Andrew Monarchuk checks in. Pat Durkin checks out of the Charger lineup. Kalinowski with another free throw toss on the way. Got it.
He is a solid shooter, Steve. You've got to stop him.
Now Carbondale area with Mike Cesara in the ball game.
Another turnover, and that's the 5th, and 4 of them are unforced.
Now, when you have 5 turnovers in the first quarter of a ball game, pretty much out of sync. Now, for Mid-Valley, they're up by 3, 13-10. Tanner will take control. Kalinowski dishing off underneath the basket, pinpoint passing. Aaron Poland scores to give Mid-Valley a 5-point lead. Deary will set it up for the Chargers. Monarchuk in the corner, had it stripped away by Tanner into the hands of Gouldsbury. Gouldsbury had lost it in transition, and Carbondale has an opportunity right here, down by 5. Nearing 2 minutes to play, first quarter. Here in Carbondale before a packed house, Mustika takes the pass in the paint, hooks it out, intercepted by Tanner. Tanner on the run. Gives it to Kalinowski right to the basket and lays it in. Thing about Mid-Valley, Glenn, is when they get the ball, they know where they're going with it.
Exactly. And how many points do they have off a turnover now? Probably 10.
The lead is 7 for the Spartans. Deary with a left hand, guarded closely by Glinsky. Beautiful pass inside to Rumford for the deuce. 17-12 your score as Carbondale answers. And right now, Mid-Valley going to work. Right to the basket is Glinsky for an easy layup.
They are absolutely killing Mystica on that baseline. Absolutely killing him.
And it's wide open.
Yes, it is.
19-12, Mid-Valley. Monarchuk, long three, off the iron, no good. Into the hands of Tanner. Fast break is on. Tanner over to Gouldsbury. Couldn't hang on to it. His momentum was taking him out of bounds, and he knocked it off of a Charger player, I believe Mike Cesara. That was just good heads-up basketball. Now Tanner will inbound for Mid-Valley. And Glinsky will loop a pass to Kalinowski for three.
Forget it. You have to know where he is. You have to play him.
22-12, the Spartans. Under a minute remaining here in the first quarter. Monarchuk kicks it back outside to Rumford. Cesara driving to the basket with a left hand, misses. Battle for the ball. Carbondale keeps it. Mystica will flip it out to Rumford. 24 seconds on the clock. Deary back inside to Mystica. Foul under the basket on Mid-Valley. That would be the first team foul on Mid-Valley.
There's only one foul against Salitsky for Carbondale.
Inbound pass was going to Mike Cesara on a cut, and he draws the foul. So two quick fouls. I believe that's on 10.
Yeah, it is. Carbondale gets the ball in, play one shot, look for a score. Don't be in too much of a hurry.
Rumford sees an opening, cut off by the good defense of Mid-Valley. 13 on the clock. Cesara gives it up. Monarchuk and company. 8 seconds left. First quarter. 22-12. Mid-Valley. Spin move. Rumford. Deary has to launch it at the buzzer. Got it! Evan Deary with a three-pointer at the buzzer. And that's the end of one quarter of play here at the Pete Turonis Gym in Carbondale with the score Mid-Valley 22 and Carbondale area 15. We'll be right back with more high school basketball after this timeout here on Adams Cable Channel 7.
There's some cool new stuff out there. Cars that drive themselves, phones that talk to us.
There's a cafe behind you.
And now TV everywhere. That's right, lucky Adams Cable Service customer. Now you can watch channels from your TV package just about anywhere on just about any device. Catch your favorites in the waiting room, coffee shop, break room, the airport, wherever. TV everywhere. It's a cool extra service for no extra cost. Visit adamscable.com and sign up today.
Growing up, there are things that count. And at NBT Bank, what counts most to your future counts to us. That's why we offer iStrive, banking for youth and young adults. iStrive gives you a chance to grow your money skills with savings, checking, and debit products built specifically for you. So no matter what future you dream of, you can count on us to help you achieve it.
Welcome back to more coverage of the 45th annual Pete Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic Championship with Mid-Valley leading Carbondale 22-15. Second quarter just getting underway with Mid-Valley inbounding the basketball. Tanner guarded by Monarchuk. Tanner looking for an opening. He'll survey the Carbondale defense. Tanner gets it back. Open look off the mark. Tanner hit the deck, no foul called. Salitsky with the basketball. Here come the Chargers, down by 7. Durkin cross court. Cesara gives it up. Durkin thought about it, couldn't pull the trigger. Cesara will, and got it. 22-18, some good passing by Carbondale results in a field goal.
Yeah, now play some good defense. Know where the shooters are.
Noah Tanner, veteran playmaker for the Mid-Valley Spartans, will set it up. Glinsky Kalinowski driving. Beautiful pass inside to
Where's the
Gouldsbury.
help coming down? Get some help down there. They're standing around watching.
24-18. Beautiful pass. Kalinowski with the steal. Kalinowski, beautiful pass to Tenner for the basket and the foul. Boy, they are quick.
Yep.
Mid-Valley increases its lead to 8 points, 26-18.
That's how quick they can score on you if you don't protect that basketball.
Noah Tanner on the stripe for the Spartans. 5'8" senior point guard, averages 70 points, 70% from the free throw line. Had 17 points against Valley View in the semifinal and 7 of 11 from the stripe. This one rims out. Durkin battles for it, and Mid-Valley comes up with it. James Urso keeps it alive for Mid-Valley. Kalinowski looks to Gouldsbury. They'll work it back outside. Davies in the corner to Tanner. Off the iron, no good. Ball's loose. Durkin has it. Tanner picks it off. Tanner, beautiful pass to Gouldsbury. A little flip, no-look pass, and the lead is 10 for Mid-Valley, 28-18.
Well, Carbondale just playing awful passing of the basketball. It's just you got to protect that ball. I mean, you made your run. You got within 3 or 4 points. They threw the ball away 4 times since then.
I'll tell you, on this left side, Mid-Valley has found a home with Kalinowski and company. They're making some great cuts
again,
to the basket.
I can't say it enough, Steve. You have to know where he is, and you have to play him. You have to play him. You can't let him drive by. You got to play him. He's the scorer. Tanner's the next scorer. There's no question about it on their team. Now, you said that Glinski's averaging about 3 a game?
Glinski, 3.5.
Let him show you can shoot from out there. Play these two guys. And they're quick. It's not an easy task, but you gotta gut it out and start playing, because your turnovers are killing you. And there's probably scored 12 to 14 points on turnovers already.
Selitsky will inbound for Carbondale, and the Chargers will bring the ball the length of the court. Nearing the 6-minute mark remaining in the first half, 28-18 your score. Durkin gives it up to Monarchuk. Guarded by Urso. Selitsky on a drive, body twisting shot wouldn't fall. Rebounded by Kalinowski. Kalinowski coast to coast, got it. 30-18.
You got to make him give the ball up further. They can't let him go right to the basket. You got to contest him out by at least by the 3-point line.
Durkin on the perimeter. And Selitsky now will give it to James Henderson, who checks into the Charger lineup. Durkin left side. Henderson baseline. Hemmed in, nowhere to go. Will go out to Monarchuk. And on a drive, Zizera will give it up, and this will be Durkin with an open look. Wouldn't fall. Traveling violation. Mid-Valley will have the basketball.
Wow.
Leading 30-18.
He got knocked. He got the rebound. He got knocked out of the way. Now,
5:12 to play in the first half. And on a strolling dribble, Noah Tanner to set it up for the Spartans. Aaron Poland gives it up. Tanner. Near side, and Golinski. Kalinowski will launch the shot short, and a good rebound by Deary. Selitsky bounce passing to Mustika, went up with the shot and was hacked. Aaron Poland got whistled for the personal. He is a 6'2" senior.
That's that's what they have to do. Get the ball down there, get the ball inside, watch their passing, and play a little bit better defense.
Mustika on the stripe converts. That is the second personal on Aaron Poland, and the third team foul. Mustika is a 38% free throw shooter, but right here he misses the second shot. Scores 30-19, the Spartans. Great to have you with us here on Adams Cable High School basketball for this championship game. Turnaround by Gouldsbury. It rims out, ball's loose. Mustika has it. Carbondale with an opportunity. As Rumford. Give it to Henderson, couldn't hang on to it.
Well, you got to look that ball right into your hands. You can't be out there playing with one hand. That's just another sign of not good fundamentally sound passing and catching of the ball.
Just about 4 minutes remaining in the first half. 30-19 Mid-Valley. They're in their half-court offense. J.J. Glinsky, Tanner. Back outside. And a bounce pass inside to Davies. And a traveling violation on Mid-Valley. They turn it over. Checking back into the Carbondale lineup is Bailey Rumford. And Henderson will check out. Boy, a packed house here, Glenn. Gotta love it.
Yeah, it's
Isn't
great.
this great?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's been like that for years, Steve.
And Selitsky and Mustika. Gotta get Mustika down on the block as Selitsky muscles up a shot and draws the foul. Bobby Selitsky will go to the charity stripe for the Chargers. That is the first personal foul on Brad Kalinowski and the fourth team foul. Selitsky 56% from the free throw line this year. Had 14 points in the semifinal overtime win against Lakeland. And he converts to narrow the deficit to 10 points.
Well, again, 3.5 minutes to go here. You got to get some stops and get yourself back into the game with some solid defense and offense.
Selitsky
patient offense.
Hits 2 in a row. 30-21 as Mid-Valley will set it up. Third place went to the Valley View Cougars, a 50-36 winner over the Lakeland Chiefs. From the outside, shot is off the mark by Mid-Valley. Players battle for it, and it was touched last by Brendan Davies of Mid-Valley. Let's check that if Carbondale touched it last.
Yeah,
Davies was battling for it. So Noah Tanner will inbound. Long pass to Kalinowski. And they're forcing Tanner way outside past that three-point line. There's a ball tip. Good job by Deary to knock it away.
Yeah, actually, with size-wise, there's no height presence for Mid-Valley inside, so they have to move the basketball, and they move it well. So
Davies in a lot of traffic, back outside. Tanner from downtown misses, and Selitsky clears the boards for Carbondale. Rumford with the left hand. Now Mustika out on the left wing. Deary gets it to Mustika. Didn't get the basket, and players hit the deck.
He had good defensive. Tanner had good defensive position that time. Good defensive. You get that lob pass. That's what you got to be aware of, the guy behind you, because you're getting that pass and you're a little bit off balance.
First personal foul on Giovanni Mustika, and the third team foul for the Chargers. Here is Tanner in the left corner. Nearing the 2-minute mark remaining in the first half. They work it back outside, and Glinsky will fire up a three and misses, and a big rebound for Giovanni Mustika. Now, Carbondale area trailing 30-21 with Evan Deary firing the pass, and this is Selitsky making a cut to the basket. Got it.
Boy, he's much more active this year on the offensive end than he was last year.
Much more aggressive.
Which is a plus for him.
30-23, 15-footer won't fall for Kalinowski. Durkin with a big rebound. And Selitsky will give it up. Durkin on the left side. Deary, long three. Off the iron, no good. Put back by Mustika. And the lead is down to 5 for Mid-Valley, 30-25. Well, the inside presence of Giovanni Mustika paying dividends right now.
He's playing hard.
And Kalinowski in front of the Carbondale bench. And the Mid-Valley Spartans, with under 1 minute remaining here in the first half, up by 5, will spread it out. Gouldsbury looking inside for Davies, picked off. Selitsky has it. Well, Landon Gabriel doing a little crowd control. One of the little ones got almost out on the court. And
Play for one now.
Landon picked him up and gave him back to his mother. How about that? 30-25.
The man's a humanitarian.
Good job, Landon. Loose ball knocked away and a whistle with 21 seconds to play in the first half.
Foul on 3, Noah Tanner. His second. Team split.
Noah Tanner, second personal foul, 15 foul. Deary to put the ball in play for Carbondale. Plenty of time, 21 seconds. And Selitsky and Deary will take control. Clock down to 12. Selitsky with the basketball.
Make it to the hole.
6 seconds left. Selitsky, short jumper, rims out. Mustika put back, no good. Rebound will go to Colin Hazelton, and that will bring an end to the first half of this 45th annual Pete Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic Championship, with Mid-Valley leading Carbondale by 5, 30-25.
Well, Steve, Mid-Valley was on the verge of breaking this thing wide open early, well, a third of the way into the second quarter. But what happened was Carbondale ramped up their defense a little bit more, played a little tougher defense, found the players that were scoring, kept Mid-Valley from some breakaway easy layups, and was very patient on the offensive end, and brought it back to a 5-point game. That's what they needed to do, and because of that, they're in a game now. That could have easily went to 15 to 18 points at that point.
Well, Mid-Valley had a 22-15 lead at the end of one quarter, but very low-scoring second quarter for both teams. What Carbondale did outscore the Spartans 10-8 in that second quarter, and they trail now by 5 here at the half, 30-25. So we will go to a break, and when we return, Glenn Muskowski will come up and run down the first half stats after this timeout on Adams Cable High School Basketball.
Growing up, there are things that count. And at NBT Bank, what counts most to your future counts to us. That's why we offer iStrive, banking for youth and young adults. iStrive gives you a chance to grow your money skills with savings, checking, and debit products built specifically for you. So no matter what future you dream of, you can count on us to help you achieve it.
There's some cool new stuff out there. Cars that drive themselves, phones that talk to us.
There's a cafe behind you.
And now TV everywhere. That's right, Lucky Adams Cable Service customer. Now you can watch channels from your TV package just about anywhere on just about any device. Catch your favorites in the waiting room, coffee shop, break room, the airport, wherever. TV everywhere. It's a cool extra service for no extra cost. Visit adamscable.com and sign up today. There's some cool new stuff out there. Cars that drive themselves, phones that talk to us.
There's a cafe behind you.
And now TV everywhere. That's right, Lucky Adams Cable Service customer. Now you can watch channels from your TV package just about anywhere on just about any device. Catch your favorites in the waiting room, coffee shop, break room, the airport, wherever. TV everywhere. It's a cool extra service for no extra cost. Visit adamscable.com and sign up today.
Growing up, there are things that count. And at NBT Bank, what counts most to your future counts to us. That's why we offer iStrive, banking for youth and young adults. iStrive gives you a chance to grow your money skills with savings, checking, and debit products built specifically for you. So no matter what future you dream of, you can count on us to help you achieve it.
I'll tell you what, back in the day, we had some games where they were fun.
Carbondale starts the third quarter of play with the basketball trailing by 5, 30-25. And they look to get the ball into Giovanni Mustica, and Mustica goes up with a shot, misses, follows it up, doesn't get it to fall, it's loose, knocked away, and let's check the possession. Mid-Valley has it.
Mustica worked hard there.
Sure did. Now Mid-Valley will bring the ball across midcourt. And Brad Kalinowski to the right side. Pounded into Gouldsbury, back out to Tanner. Wide open, out of bounds.
Can't leave him there. You can't be the man that drops down when Tanner's out here.
Somebody has to come over.
You have to stay.
You have to stay and take care of business.
Well, if Mustica gets in front of him, they get weak side help.
Now Carbondale area with Pat Durkin. Bounce passing to Deary. Deary covered like a blanket. And a body twisting shot by Selitsky won't fall. Mid-Valley has it in transition. Here comes Kalinowski. Cross court, Tanner off the drive. Scoop shot didn't get it, and a foul on the play.
Wow, you see Mustica get pounded down on this end of the court, and a love tap down here, and he gets called for a foul. That's unbelievable.
Second personal foul on Mustica, and Tanner misses the free throw. He's a 70% free throw shooter and comes up short. And Noah Tanner will have another free throw toss on the way, and this one rims out, and Mustica has the board. And the Carbondale area Chargers down by 5, 30-25 with 6:43 to play, third quarter. Will go to work offensively. And there's a pass intercepted. Picked off by Kalinowski to Tenor for the deuce. 32-25. Well, Glenn, you talk about the many names who were involved in this tournament over the years. Of course, Pete Turonis, who played on the St. Rose State Championship team in 1955. We're going to run down some names for you folks throughout the broadcast here. John Urim, one of the founding fathers, Mr. Ralph Greco. Hope you're listening in tonight. If you're not here, Mr. Greco. Sam Casero, how about that name?
Wow.
Glenn? He had the minor newspaper and the printing shop. That was one of my first jobs. I worked at the minor in the print shop and then for the newspaper.
What'd you do, mix the ink?
I had a lot of ink on my hands, I can tell you that. Probably more on my hands than got on the paper. But
Sam Casero from way back. Wow.
Mr. Casero gave me a part-time job there, and it was a good job. I enjoyed it as Deary knocks down a three, and it's 32-28. Ray Rinaldi also worked for the minor newspaper.
Yes, he did. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Lou Vitello, who was
one of the charter members of our committee.
Guy Valvano and Andy Serra, of course.
Guy took when the Tribune took over. Guy became a very big man on our committee.
And of course, Frank Cappy Burnett. As ball goes out of bounds, and Mid-Valley will have the basketball on the inbound. How about Joe Bianco?
I see Joe Bianco almost every day.
And we have a timeout on the court with Mid-Valley leading Carbondale 32-28 here on Adams Cable High School basketball.
There's some cool new stuff out there. Cars that drive themselves, phones that talk to us.
There's a cafe behind you.
And now TV everywhere. That's right, lucky Adams Cable Service customer. Now you can watch channels from your TV package just about anywhere on just about any device. Catch your favorites in the waiting room, coffee shop, break room, the airport, wherever. TV everywhere. It's a cool extra service for no extra cost. Visit adamscable.com and sign up today.
Growing up, there are things that count. And at NBT Bank, what counts most to your future counts to us. That's why we offer iStrive, banking for youth and young adults. iStrive gives you a chance to grow your money skills with savings, checking, and debit products built specifically for you. So no matter what future you dream of, you can count on us to help you achieve it.
Welcome back to Carbondale with Mid-Valley leading Carbondale area 32-28 as we near 5 minutes to play third quarter. Great to have you with us tonight here on Adams Cable High School basketball as the Chargers will set it up. And Rumford will give it up. Ustica all the way out in three-point land. And from the left corner, Deary drains a three. And Carbondale now trails by 32-31.
With Carbondale moving the ball like they are with patience, Deary's going to find an open spot. And if you get it at the right time, he can knock him down.
And a reverse layup won't fall for Mid-Valley. Players battle for it. Ball's knocked away as Gouldsbury went up with it. Carbondale now has the basketball. Pat Durkin says, calm down, slow it down. We're down by 32-31. This is an opportunity for Carbondale to get their first lead of the night. Here is Deary with the basketball and giving it to Durkin. Ustica. Selitsky looking for a screen. Selitsky fires it back outside. Durkin couldn't pull the trigger. Guarded closely.
This show some patience here.
Down underneath.
Great
Selitsky.
back.
Carbondale has the lead.
Great back screen. Terrific.
33-32 the Chargers. 3:45 to play in the third. Noah Tanner and Mid-Valley in a dogfight here with Carbondale. Tanner, spin move, puts it up, air ball. Ball's knocked away. Mid-Valley goes for the save. It goes out of bounds. See who touched it last. Carbondale will have the basketball. Well, Glenn, you talked about Joe Bianco, and you see him quite frequently.
I see him almost every day. It's a good friend. Tell you what, when I came to Carbondale, he was the JV freshman coach. He moved up to JVs, and I took over the freshman.
And from downtown, Deary has a three. Go off the back iron, no good.
Stop the ball.
33-32, Mid-Valley down by one, and they throw it away. Mike Abda not happy with the call.
I don't think he's just happy with his kid. I mean, you get to that point where you go that far, you better go to the basket because there's no hope once you stop there.
Well, here's another name for you, Glenn. Owen Conahan, who was one of the hard workers on the MIT tournament team, as Tanner will score off the steal. And Mid-Valley has taken a 1-point lead, 34-33. Carbondale area now going to work with Selitsky. His pocket was picked. Glinsky on the break, right up with a left hand, missed the layup, and Tanner battles for it underneath, and now tempers flare. Tanner and Mustika underneath battling for the ball. Will there be a foul, Glenn?
Deary committed a foul.
Evan Deary called for the personal. And Landon Gabriel voices his opinion.
Well, I don't blame him.
Tanner will inbound the basketball. Get it all the way out to Brendan Davies. And it's a 1-point game, 34-33. Mid-Valley leads it. Tanner. Davies guarded by Monarchuk. Davies will drive, goes to dish off, throws it into the hands of Selitsky. Nearing 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Selitsky cross court. Monarchuk. Deary on the perimeter. Monarchuk, open look, air ball. And who touched it last?
They call a foul.
Are they calling a foul on Mustika?
Yep.
Giovanni Mustika whistled for the personal foul. That's his third personal. And the third team foul.
He lost his balance there. That's a no call. That's an absolutely no call. Both guys falling out of bounds. One guy falls on top of another. That's crap.
Now, Noah Tanner with a nice move to the basket. Ball was tipped by a Carbondale defender, and Gouldsbury almost lost it. James Urso comes out to settle things down. Oh, nice layup on a drive to the basket by Kalinowski.
That's the fifth time he's driven the baseline.
He found a home on that baseline. 36-33, Selitsky scores and is fouled on the play. .121 remaining, third quarter. Mid-Valley 36, Carbondale 35. Bobby Selitsky on the charity stripe for Carbondale area. As a team, the Chargers are shooting 50% from the stripe. Selitsky at 56% this year. We're tied. 36-36, Mid-Valley and Carbondale. It's only fitting, Glenn, that this title game is like this.
I don't know why these guys didn't get into the game. The timer fell asleep.
Baseline shot won't fall for Mid-Valley. Ball's loose, tipped around. Durkin has it. They're tied at 36. Carbondale can take the lead right here. Deary with the basketball, guarded by Gouldsbury. Foul away from the ball. Might be on Monarchuk.
Yep.
That's the first on Monarchuk. Team's fourth. So Solitsky checks out and Mike Cesara checks into the Carbondale lineup. Under a minute remaining, third quarter here in Carbondale. Great to have you with us. They kick it back outside, shot blocked. As Glinsky took an outside jumper. Traveling violation on Kalinowski.
They're going to tighten this game up now, Steve. A lot of action in it. They're going to tighten this game up in the last quarter. You're going to watch all the little ticky-tack fouls that weren't called the whole game. They have to tighten this or they're going to lose control of it.
We're tied at 36 with 30 to play in the third. Pat Durkin gives it up. There's a steal by Kalinowski. Kalinowski with the layup, and Mid-Valley has taken a 38-36 lead. Clock at 14. Carbondale with the basketball. Durkin, 8 seconds on the clock. Got to make a move right here. Blocking foul on Mid-Valley. .7 seconds remain, third quarter, 38-36. Mid-Valley leading it. Inbound pass goes to Rumford. Rumford with 3 seconds left. Durkin, long three. Got it! And at the end of three, the Carbondale area Chargers lead the Mid-Valley Spartans 39-38 here on Adams Cable High School Basketball.
Growing up, there are things that count. And at NBT Bank, what counts most to your future counts to us. That's why we offer iStrive, banking for youth and young adults. iStrive gives you a chance to grow your money skills with savings, checking, and debit products built specifically for you. So no matter what future you dream of, you can count on us to help you achieve it.
There's some cool new stuff out there. Cars that drive themselves, phones that talk to us.
There's a cafe behind you.
And now TV everywhere. That's right, Lucky Adams Cable Service customer. Now you can watch channels from your TV package just about anywhere on just about any device. Catch your favorites in the waiting room, coffee shop, break room, the airport, wherever. TV everywhere. It's a cool extra service for no extra cost. Visit adamscable.com and sign up today.
Here's Glenn and Steve with more Channel 7 High School Basketball.
Welcome to the fourth quarter of play in this 45th annual Pete Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic Championship with Carbondale leading Mid-Valley 39-38. Carbondale with a big third quarter outscoring Mid-Valley 14-8 to take a 1-point lead.
A good defensive and offensive quarter.
Now Mid-Valley on the ropes here in the Turonis championship game, and a shot by Glinsky from under the basket is good, and Mid-Valley has taken a 1-point lead, 40-39. Battle for the ball as Carbondale will keep it going. James Henderson is in the ball game wearing number 20. Now Carbondale area with Deary dishing off, and this is Cesara from the outside misfiring. And a foul called underneath the basket.
Monarchuk, I believe, yep.
Andrew Monarchuk called for the foul. That's his second, team's fifth. Well, here's another name for you, Glenn, a person that was instrumental in the minor invitational tournament and getting it going was Mike Walsh and George Worthmiller.
Mike Walsh. Mike Walsh from Valley View?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah, we know Mike, sure.
Of course, Dennis Fox was involved in it. Tony Zhivots. Turnaround shot is off the mark by the Mid-Valley Spartans' R.J. Gouldsbury, and he's fouled on the play. Of course, Bill Smith, the former Valley View head coach and athletic director. Richie Spicer from Lakeland.
Yep.
And George Gallick. Oh. And a free throw is good by R.J. Gouldsbury. 41-39 Mid-Valley. Well, this is where every shot counts here in the fourth quarter, Glenn. You've been down that road.
No.
How many times?
Oh, yeah.
Just a few, right?
A lot of basketball left in this game. Got to play this out right to the end.
Gouldsbury hits a couple, 42-39 Mid-Valley. Now for the Chargers, Monarchuk, Henderson, and Mike Cesara gives it up to Deary, guarded by Kalinowski. This is Mike Cesara nailing the three. And the 5'10 sophomore guard ties the game at 42.
Wide open.
Baseline. Kalinowski hemmed in, works it out to Glinsky. Tanner, guarded by Henderson. He'll pull it back out. 6:16 remaining here in the fourth. We're deadlocked at 42. Pass goes to Gouldsbury. Players hit the deck. They try to get the ball to Tanner. Players battle for it. Mid-Valley couldn't get it. It's out of bounds. Carbondale basketball.
A lot of hustle. Lots and lots of hustle.
And I believe Mike Abdo wants a timeout, so we'll keep it right here. With 6:06 remaining. We have to thank a lot of people, Glenn, for this broadcast. Of course, NBT Bank and Elizabeth Nagy, the NBT Bank marketing manager. Elizabeth, thank you so very much for your support. It's greatly appreciated. It means a lot to the community, and we thank you. Of course, to the program and planning committee, John Urim, Ralph Greco, Larry Gabriel, and of course to Glenn Muskowski. The general committee, Dave Rosenkrantz, Chris Kiliani, Eric Larson, and Tom Nowakowski. Thank you to the Carbondale Area School District, Eric Larson, Athletic Director, Donnie McDonough, Director of Technology. Don, thank you for getting our broadcast on the air. And of course, the Carbondale Maintenance Department, who gets us set up here, Glenn, each and every time.
Anything you want done, they're willing to do it.
And it makes our job so much easier, so we thank all of those great people. We'll have more on the next break. We're tied at 42 here in this Pete Turonis championship game, the 45th annual. Carbondale and Mid-Valley, Chargers with the basketball. If you're listening in to our live audio broadcast tonight, Henderson on a drive. He goes up, misses the shot, but is fouled on the play.
He is quick, Steve.
Great, quick first step.
But he doesn't finish strong. He kind of is flashy with the finish, and a lot of them don't go in. He's got to finish a little bit stronger because he's capable of getting away from people on a dribble, one dribble. James
Henderson, 5'11 senior guard on the stripe. He misses the free throw. He had 6 points in the win against Lakeland and was 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Henderson, about 33% from the stripe this season, hits the second shot and gives Carbondale a 1-point advantage. 43-42. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth. Linsky gives it up. Tanner fires a cross-court pass, and from the left corner, the shot won't fall for Kalinowski. Well, when you really don't have an inside presence, Glenn, you have to rely on that outside shooting.
You do, and
Henderson with a spin move puts it up and scores. What a spin move by James Henderson.
He's flashy.
Yes, he is. He's exciting, and he gives Carbondale a 45-42 lead. Now Noah Tanner with Mid-Valley trailing. Mid-Valley hasn't been in this position in a championship game in the Pete Turonis title game in a long time, as Tanner drives and hits the deck and a foul on the play.
Yeah, you got to know where Tanner is. You can't let him penetrate. He is like Henderson, very, very quick. But I'll tell you what, he gets the ball in the paint. Too many good things, bad things are going to happen to you. Good things for him.
And the shot is good by Noah Tanner. 45-42, 43, I should say. Excuse me. Second free throw for the 5'8" senior point guard. Got it. 45-44, it's a one-point game. Carbondale with the lead with 4:45 remaining in the fourth. Henderson gives it to Zazera, and they'll set it up. Henderson lost the basketball. Do we have a jump ball? Possession will go
to
Carbondale area. Good hustle by both teams here tonight in this championship game.
Absolutely. Yes, there is.
Deary will inbound. And with 4.5 remaining in the fourth quarter, Carbondale will work its half-court offense. Henderson looks. Deary will take control now. Selitsky with the basketball. Henderson looking. 45-44. Carbondale up by 1. Great to have you with us here in Carbondale tonight for high school basketball here on 7. Mustika with the basketball and the bucket. Carbondale area leads 47-44. Perfect play executed by the Chargers. Now Mid-Valley will go to work with Brendan Davies bounce passing to Tanner. In they go to Gouldsbury. Gouldsbury fighting. Baseline. Kalinowski put it up and it's rejected. Inside looked like Mustika.
Yeah, Mustika had that. He had every bit of it.
3:30 remaining.
Give him some help here. Get a.
Now Selitsky will work one-on-one against Glinsky. On a drive, this is Zazera giving it up. Henderson floats it into Mustika, taken away by Gouldsbury.
If you're going to throw it in there, you got to throw it in there high.
Tanner with the layup. Got it. Mid-Valley trails by 1, 47-46. On the basket by Noah Tanner.
You can't throw the ball into the high post where a guard can get it.
Under 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Pete Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic Championship up for grabs right here with Carbondale clinging to a 1-point lead.
That's 4 fouls on Tanner.
Well, he is going to have to play very carefully for this last 2 minutes and 46 seconds.
Henderson came in, gave him 3 good minutes there.
Well, benches win ball games, Glenn. They always have. And now, Mike Zazera puts the ball in play. Selitsky dishes off. Zazera into Mustika. Durkin at the free throw line pulls up with a 15-footer. It's an air ball. Zazera had the basketball, called for traveling. 47-46. Carbondale leading Mid-Valley. 2:31 left in the fourth quarter. Mid-Valley will bring the ball the length of the court.
Timeout.
And I think there's timeout called by Mid-Valley. So we'll keep it right here, Glenn. And we have some more people to thank. Of course, the great people at Adams Cable Service. I can't thank them enough. Wendy Hartman, General Manager. Wendy, thank you very much for all of your support. And, of course, to Stephanie Kemmerer, Marketing Director. Stephanie, I work closely with Stephanie on the games. And, Stephanie, I thank you for all of your hard work getting this schedule together this year. And, of course, to the head-end technician, Kyle Kemmerer. Kyle has been instrumental in getting us on the air, improving our audio, improving the picture quality, and he is just great to work with. So, Kyle, thank you very much for all of your help. And, of course, to Nick Homick and Frankie Carl Productions. Nick makes our broadcast always look so good. Nick, thank you very much. He's up above and working camera tonight, and he always makes us look good.
He's a great person to work with.
He really is. It's a lot of fun, and I cherish all of the moments here because it's great to do this, Glenn. It really is.
It's fun.
Sure is. 47-46. Carbondale leads Mid-Valley with 2:31 remaining in the fourth quarter. Mid-Valley will inbound the basketball and bring it the length of the court. It will be J.J. Glinsky to put the ball in play. Noah Tanner holds up 5 fingers on his left hand. to signal the play to his offense. And there's a ball knocked away by Deary. He wants to take it coast to coast. He lost it. Players battle for it on the floor. It's a jump ball. Mid-Valley should have it. If it's a jump ball, Mid-Valley will have the basketball. For the Mid-Valley Spartans in the ball game now, Brendan Davies, number 13.
Coach Gabriel is hot. He contends that Deary got a shirt pull on him as he's going down the court.
.205 remaining. Mid-Valley trailing by 1, 47-46. There's a basket by R.J. Gouldsbury to give Mid-Valley a 48-47 lead. Under 2 minutes left. Hang on, folks. It's going to be an exciting finish here in Carbondale. Ball's loose. Who has it but Mid-Valley? Brendan Davies wants to take it to the basket. Reverse layup. Got it! Brendan Davies scores to give Mid-Valley a 50-47 lead. And he just checked into the ball game. Timeout is called by Carbondale as they trail 50-47 on Adams Cable High School basketball.
Growing up, there are things that count. And at NBT Bank, what counts most to your future counts to us. That's why we offer iStrive, banking for youth and young adults. iStrive gives you a chance to grow your money skills with savings, checking, and debit products built specifically for you. So no matter what future you dream of, you can count on us to help you achieve it.
There's some cool new stuff out there. Cars that drive themselves, phones that talk to us.
There's a cafe behind you.
And now TV everywhere. That's right, Lucky Adams Cable Service customer. Now you can watch channels from your TV package just about anywhere on just about any device. Catch your favorites in the waiting room, coffee shop, break room, the airport, wherever. TV everywhere. It's a cool extra service for no extra cost. Visit adamscable.com and sign up today.
Welcome back to Carbondale as the Mid-Valley Spartans have taken a 3-point lead over the Chargers, 50-47, with $1:28 on the clock here in the fourth quarter.
This has to be a good offensive possession for Carbondale. They have to get a good shot here.
And it will be Carbondale inbounding the basketball. Here is Selitsky giving it up to Evan Deary. They go to Mustika, and he's fouled on the play. A pushing foul right at the free throw line. Second personal foul on R.J. Gouldsbury of Mid-Valley. Carbondale inbounding the basketball. Selitsky has it. Nearing the 1 minute mark remaining here in the contest. Selitsky drives, lays it up. Offensive foul called on Bobby Selitsky.
Yeah.
1 minute left.
Had pretty good position that time.
Second personal foul on Bobby Selitsky, 8th team foul. Now Mid-Valley with 1 minute left. They have to be smart right here. Tanner.
No, they're going to put it in the suitcase, Steve.
Yes, Tanner will come out, and the guards are going to try to take control of the game with 49 seconds left. Now if you're, there's a foul on Kalinowski driving through the lane. Now Glenn, you're down by 3 with 45 seconds left. When do you start fouling?
Well, yeah, you got you don't have many options here. If you can get the ball in the hands of somebody that either not Tanner or Kalinowski, you might have to foul right then and there. But they're not going to give that ball up.
Right. Brad Kalinowski on the free throw line, an 88% free throw shooter, misses, and the ball is rebounded by Selitsky. Here's an opportunity for Carbondale, trailing 50-47 against Mid-Valley. Selitsky gives it up. Here's Deary to Durkin. 31. Deary with a shot from downtown, ties it up. That was a 22-footer. And the fans are going crazy here at the Pete Turonis gym as we're tied at 50. Do you believe it?
Wow. I tell you, he was out in no man's land.
That was an NBA three.
Oh, for sure.
Well, Glenn, what are the chances that we might go to overtime again?
You have to see. You know the ball. They're going to play for. You would think they're going to play for one. All right, and they're going to probably either they're setting something up right now, or they're going to call timeout maybe with 10 more seconds. With that, though, you have to get the ball back in bounds again. So if I was going to do this, I would set a play up, and Carbondale's got to know where the shooters are, and you've got to stop penetration.
What a ball game here in Carbondale in the 45th annual Pete Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic
And
Championship.
more importantly, they have to rebound the missed shot if there is one.
We're tied at 50. Carbondale and Mid-Valley. 26.8 seconds on the clock. Mid-Valley has 2 timeouts left. Carbondale has 1. Noah Tanner will inbound the basketball. Gives it to Galinsky, who flips it back, and here we go. 21 seconds left. Tanner has the ball. Clock down to 15. Tanner
He's going to call
surveying.
timeout with 10.
And that's what they're going to do. We'll keep it right here. They wanted to see what kind of defense Carbondale was in?
I would think so. And if Carbondale's not going to come out and play, run the clock out. You get the last shot.
Well, here we go, Glenn. 11.7 seconds left. 50. We're tied at 50. Carbondale and Mid-Valley. And the championship game hanging in the balance here.
Well, you can't ask for anything better than that.
It's great.
But every team has a last-second shot, and I'm sure they work out in practice. So know where the shooters are. Don't let the slasher and Tanner penetrate. Don't let Kalinowski penetrate.
Well, Carbondale went to overtime in the game against Lakeland, and they won it 63-57. 11.7 seconds remain in the championship game right here with Mid-Valley. We're tied at 50, and here we go. Clock at 10. Kalinowski has it. 8 seconds left.
Right here. Know where these guys are.
And there's a loose ball. Selitsky has it. He gives it to Deary. Do we have a foul? 0.4 of a second left. I believe we have a blocking foul. We do. Mike Abden not happy with the call. And Bobby Selitsky is on the free throw line with 0.4 of a second remaining. And we're tied at 50. Mike Abden wants his final timeout.
All right, you got Bobby Selitsky. And I tell you what, I know his father would love to be on that line now. He's a great shooter from Sacred Heart back in the day. I know his father would love to be on there.
Well, I'm trying to look in the bleachers to see where his dad is. Usually he's up behind us to our right. But it's going to come down to this, folks. 0.4 of a second left. We're tied at 50. Mid-Valley and Carbondale.
It's 1-1.
Championship on the line right here. And Bobby Selitsky has a chance to win it.
Don't go on the line yet. Stay off that line right now. Wait till everybody gets set, then step in. Take a couple deep breaths and knock 2 in.
Here we go, folks. Maybe we'll let the crowd tell the story right here. Misses, ball's loose, tipped around, and we're going to overtime. Well, do you believe it? We're tied at 50, Mid-Valley and Carbondale, and we're going to a 4-minute overtime period when we come back on Adams Cable High School Basketball.
There's some cool new stuff out there. Cars that drive themselves, phones that talk to us.
There's a cafe behind you.
And now TV everywhere. That's right, lucky Adams Cable Service customer. Now you can watch channels from your TV package just about anywhere on just about any device. Catch your favorites in the waiting room, coffee shop, break room, the airport, wherever. TV everywhere. It's a cool extra service for no extra cost. Visit adamscable.com and sign up today.
Growing up, there are things that count. And at NBT Bank, what counts most to your future counts to us. That's why we offer iStrive, banking for youth and young adults. iStrive gives you a chance to grow your money skills with savings, checking, and debit products built specifically for you. So no matter what future you dream of, you can count on us to help you achieve it.
Now, back to more action with Glenn and Steve on Adams Cable High School Basketball.
Well, here we go with the 4-minute overtime period here in this 45th annual Pete Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic Championship game.
This is what it's all about, right?
This is great, isn't it? If you bought a ticket to this ball game, you got your money's worth. There is no doubt about it. On a drive to the basket, Deary misses. He gets it back, and Carbondale with a traveling violation as they turn it over. Now, you don't want to give Mid-Valley too many opportunities, and if you're Mid-Valley, you want to take advantage of opportunities. So it's Noah Tanner, the veteran point guard, setting it up. Oh, underneath they go to Gouldsbury for a quick 2 points. 52-50 Mid-Valley. And right now, Selitsky will loop a pass to Zazera. Selitsky gets it back. It's loose. Here comes Tanner on the fast break. Deary giving defense, and the pass will go to Kalinowski for an easy layup. And Mid-Valley is up by 4. I think Landon Gabriel is going to take a timeout.
You've got to protect the basketball. They are too quick for you.
Well, Mid-Valley is going after its 5th consecutive Pete Turonis championship. 5th in a row. And they have a 4-point lead, 54-50, with 3:02 remaining here in overtime. Carbondale area trying to break that streak. Well, Glenn, I remember years ago listening to Paul Ollis and Joe Martin doing a triple overtime game over at the CYC. I don't remember if it was in the MIT, the Minor Invitational Tournament, but the game went triple overtime. And I do have the tape of that game. It's amazing to hear. This is what it reminds me of.
Well, it sure does. This turned out to be a super game. Now, Carbondale's got plenty of time. Plenty of time. They got to get down. They got to get a score. Because if Mid-Valley gets up like too many points, they're going to hold that ball because they.
Now Carbondale area with Deary launching a long 3 short, and Mid-Valley comes up with it. Well, that was not a high percentage shot.
By no means.
54-50, Mid-Valley leads it. Right now, Mid-Valley is going to be very selective offensively. They're going to work some clock with a 4-point lead. And Tanner, a good ball handler, will dish it back out. Selitsky intercepts the pass. He will go right to the basket and draws the foul. A blocking foul will be called on Brad Kalinowski. Well, you have to wonder, Glenn, why would you make that pass?
Why would you jump in the air and throw the ball backwards?
But for Carbondale area, Selitsky with an opportunity right here. with Carbondale trailing by 4. It's 54-51. And Selitsky has another free throw toss on the way. Pressure free throws for the 5'11" junior guard. This one is good. The lead is down to 2 for Mid-Valley. 54-52.
Mid-Valley's going to be as patient as they can be.
And Kalinowski will work the ball out near the center court circle. And he will give it to Tanner.
That's a good switch by Carbondale.
And Tanner will set it up.
He saw that. Wow.
Tanner and Kalinowski probably the two good ball handlers in this situation right here. Oh, foul called on Mid-Valley.
Yeah, moving pick. Next foul, double bonus.
J.J.
Both
Glinsky
ways.
called for the personal, 19 foul for Mid-Valley. 1:40 to play fourth quarter, 54-52. Selitsky from the corner for the time. No, didn't get it. Turnaround is up by Zizera.
Oh, see, guys, is he skying? Wow! Did he get up twice?
Wow.
That is phenomenal.
Wow, what leaping ability by Mike Zizera. And he will go to the charity stripe with Carbondale trailing 54-52. 1:29 to play here in the fourth quarter. Free throw by Zizera rolls off the iron. He's a 5'10" sophomore. Boy, he was battling in there.
Yeah, he was.
What a great job.
Wow.
What a great job. Second shot misses. It's loose. Ball's loose. Players battle for it. Mid-Valley will come up with it. How about Zizera, though, following up his shot?
Right.
That's a sign of a player that really hustles. 54-52 Mid-Valley. 1:15 remaining. Fourth quarter. Mid-Valley with the basketball.
Oh.
Work it out to Kalinowski.
Tell you what,
Oh, that crossover dribble is
that's
very dangerous.
Yep. Yeah, especially when a person's that close to you.
Minute 2 to play in the fourth quarter. Mid-Valley will get the pass into Tanner. Tanner will take a glance at the clock, under a minute left. He's guarded by Zizera. Tanner made a move. Gives it up. Glinsky.
Yeah, that's the guy to foul. I don't know what kind of percentage foul shooter he is, but he hasn't taken too many shots today.
Glinsky at 50% from the line.
A 1-for-2 man.
45.9 seconds remaining. Mid-Valley with a 54-52 lead. J.J. Glinsky on the free throw line. The junior guard with the right-hand flip nails it.
That looked awful good.
Very smooth free throw shot by J.J. Glinsky. And he will have another toss on the way. Here it comes. 2 in a row. 56-52.
Gotta go.
Carbondale has some work to do with 42 seconds left as they trail. Deary gets it out to Durkin. Durkin spin move, almost lost it. Zizera in traffic. Durkin kicks it back outside. Deary pops a 3, misfires. Battle for the ball. Ustika couldn't come up with it. And a foul. Let's check it.
Timeout. A timeout, or what do they call? I don't know who they call the foul on. On
Ustika.
Yeah.
That's number 4 with 24.9 seconds remaining as both teams walk the length of the court. And R.J. Gouldsbury, 6-foot senior guard, is on the stripe. He is a 75% free throw shooter this season and misses.
Now you got three-point shooter in now. Well, they've got to go. They got to get it up quick.
Gouldsbury with 14 points in the win against Valley View in the semifinal. Was 2 for 2 from the free throw line in that game.
If he makes this, I put some pressure on that. Don't go for the ball already. Just slow him down, turn him.
misses the second free throw. Carbondale gets the rebound as Menarchuk has it. 22 seconds left. Selitsky across midcourt quickly. Selitsky will give it to Deary. Deary he'll dish it off. Durkin thought about popping a three, had his pocket picked. Tanner wants to take it coast to coast, and the layup is good.
They never got a shot.
That will seal the win for Mid-Valley. The outside shot is no good at the buzzer, and Mid-Valley will win its 5th consecutive Pete Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic Championship with a very dramatic 58-52 overtime win over the Carbondale area Chargers.
Well, Steve, I tell you, the game in the second half was phenomenal. Both teams played their tails off, played hard. Carbondale had their chance. Didn't quite make the big. Didn't quite do it, but we got to give them credit. They play like
hard.
that the rest of the year. They're going to do fine.
Well, they had Mid-Valley on the ropes, but in the end, Mid-Valley came up big, and they win it in overtime, 58-52.
Steve, I have to run. I have to do some things on the floor. We'll see you Friday.
See you for the next ball game at Western Wayne.
I hope it's just like this.
It should be. Take care. So, folks, we really hope you enjoyed the ball game here on Adams Cable Channel 7 as the Mid-Valley Spartans win their 5th consecutive Pete Turonis championship with a very exciting 58-52 win over the Carbondale area Chargers. At the end of one quarter, Carbondale trailed 22-15. Quarter number 2, Carbondale outscored Mid-Valley 10-8, and Mid-Valley had a 5-point lead at the half, 30-25. At the end of 3 quarters of play, Carbondale area had the lead in this game, 39-38. But then at the end of regulation, we were tied at 50, and Mid-Valley won it in overtime by the score of 58-52. So now, folks, we'll go to a quick break and then come back for the trophy presentation and the cheerleading championship trophy after this timeout on Adams Cable High School Basketball.
Growing up, there are things that count. And at NBT Bank, what counts most to your future counts to us. That's why we offer iStrive, banking for youth and young adults. iStrive gives you a chance to grow your money skills with savings, checking, and debit products built specifically for you. So no matter what future you dream of, you can count on us to help you achieve it.
There's some cool new stuff out there. Cars that drive themselves, phones that talk to us.
There's a cafe behind you.
And now TV everywhere. That's right, Lucky Adams Cable Service customer. Now you can watch channels from your TV package just about anywhere on just about any device. Catch your favorites in the waiting room, coffee shop, break room, the airport, wherever. TV everywhere. It's a cool extra service for no extra cost. Visit adamscable.com and sign up today.
We will present our All-Star Awards. These awards have been donated by the Hendricks Manufacturing Company of Carbondale and named after the late girls basketball coach and athletic director of Valley View, Mr. Lou Camoni. Mr. Camoni was also a longtime member of the Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic Committee. Representing Hendricks is Alicia Tallarico and handing out the awards. The All-Star from Lakeland, Jake Kernow. From Valley View, Chase Cohen. From Carbondale, Evan Deary. And the winners get 2. Mid-Valley, Brad Kalinowski and Noah Cranner. At this time, we will present the Mid-Valley basketball team of the cheerleading competition are the Carbondale area cheerleaders.
Of happy people here at the Pete Turonis gym as the Mid-Valley Spartans claim their 5th consecutive Pete Turonis NBT Bank Holiday Classic Championship with a 58-52 victory over the Carbondale area Chargers. Congratulations to Mike Abda and the Mid-Valley Spartan basketball team, and to the Carbondale area Charger cheerleaders as they win the cheerleading competition this year. The Mid-Valley Spartans cheerleaders, they have won it for the last 6 in a row. Let's check this. The Mid-Valley cheerleaders have won the last 6 in a row, and the Carbondale area cheerleaders win it this year. So there's some very happy people in the gym, some tears of joy. Congratulations to the girls. And folks, I'd like to say thank you for joining us for the broadcast tonight. It has been a great tournament, a great ball game. We thank NBT Bank for their support, and we will talk to you again coming up on December 30th for high school basketball, when we will travel to Western Wayne as the Carbondale area Chargers will take on the Western Wayne Wildcats. For Glenn Muskowski and Nick Homick, I'm Steve Young. Your final score once again, Mid-Valley 58, Carbondale 52. Till next time, so long from Carbondale.